Everybody knows the Glock 19. It's basically the default answer to every handgun question on the internet. But what happens when a newer pistol shows up with maybe better ergonomics, a cleaner trigger, more aggressive texture, and maybe more premium features right out of the box? The Fusion Firearms XF Pro. And honestly, I think this comparison surprised me more than I expected, because one of these pistols feels more refined immediately, but the other has kind of decades of earned trust behind it. And before you spend your money thinking kind of the answer is obvious, watch this first, because later in the video, I'm going to explain why better feeling doesn't always mean a better fighting pistol. Welcome back to Glockaholic 76. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you like this video, hit the like button. It does help us get seen by more people just like you. Today, we're breaking down the Glock 19 versus the Fusion Firearms XF Pro, and whether this newer contender actually deserves a spot besides one of the most trusted carry pistols ever made. We're going to find out. Most people look at this comparison and immediately are going to pick a side. If you're a Glock fan, you're going to say Glock reliability, end of discussion. Other shooters, and we'll say non-Glock shooters, other shooters will pick up the XF Pro and instantly say, wow, this feels better. I know, and you know, it's not that simple, because what matters isn't how the gun feels at the counter for 30 seconds. It's how it performs during training, carry, when you're at the range, rapid fire, and real world use. And honestly, that's where these two pistols really start separating themselves, because one of them is going to win on refinement, while the other wins proven consistency. And coming up in a couple minutes, I'm going to explain the biggest hidden advantage of the Glock 19, and that it still has, even after all of these years, against most of these newer, more premium style pistols that come out. And I don't want to say Glock clone, because I don't think this is a Glock clone. I picked up the Glock 19. Everybody owns one if you're a Glock fan at one point or another. I mean, it's the benchmark. So by picking up Fusion XF Pro, I kind of wanted to see if the modern upgrades, the aluminum frame, going to translate into performance, or, you know, just kind of the looks of the pistol compared to the other ones out there. Now, all these firearms are clear. There's no ammo anywhere. There's no magazines in these particular pistols. At first glance, the XF Pro, it felt impressive. The grip texture, it's not overly aggressive. The ergonomics feels good in the hand. And then the overall styling was something a little bit different. It just feels more premium. Meanwhile, your Glock 19, it's a Glock. Throw the Hogue grips on them because they're just keeps them in my hand with these grooves. And then I probably should have got a Gen 4. A lot of folks are saying, because apparently I do like the finger grooves, but I actually like the thickness that the Hogue grip adds as well. But it's a Glock. It's simple, it's plain, it's almost boring in a lot of ways. But after putting thousands of rounds through Glocks and through Glock 19s, things kind of change when you start putting rounds down through something else, like let's say the XF Pro. But this pistol impressed me fast. But the Glock 19, it's impressed everybody slowly over time, and it just keeps gaining traction year after year after year. And later again in the video, I'm going to tell you which pistol I trust more if reliability was the only thing that mattered. But here's something interesting. So the Glock 19 became famous partly because it mastered compromise. It's compact enough to conceal, but large enough to fight with and shoot comfortably and effectively. And over time, almost every modern striker-fired pistol started chasing that formula. That included guns like the XF Pro. But here's the twist. Many modern pistols improve ergonomics and the features, but they still end up trying to prove long-term durability and consistency. And that's one of the reasons why Glock still dominates after all these years. Trust takes decades to build. The Glock 19 has that. Caliber-wise, they're both 9mm. Now, capacity-wise, you have your standard 15+1 Glock magazine. I have the pinky grip extension on here. You can even throw a, I got the 18 round Metgar mags, which are very similar to the Glock 43 mags that are out now. But you could throw that in there and that will fit nice and give you a great good grip. Or you can go a different route. You could throw your Glock 17. I just threw a, what is it, olive green. But yeah, you could throw your X grip on a 17 round magazine. And then you got your Glock magazine and you get your nice grip, and it also looks nice kind of on the end. It helps with carrying if you want to go that route, right? So that's your Glock 19. Over on your Fusion, you can, it's 9mm still, and these take crazy. It's crazy to even think of. These take Glock 19 magazines. That is crazy, right? You can also throw in the Metgar 18 round magazine if you want. And this, I haven't tried this yet, but I'm going to say it probably is not going to work. With the X grip, it's not going to work. So you're just going to have to take the X grip off and find something else if you wanted to use a 17 round Glock mag with the X grip. That is also your 17. So magazines and capacity, with the exception of the X grip not working, they're going to be almost identical as far as that goes. Now, both of these are optic ready. Both of these, what do I have on this one? I have the Vortex, the Fender CCW. I think this is the Blackout edition. And then I have on this one the SCS MOS. It's the direct mount for Glock pistols from Holosun. The Fusion has a somewhat of a thick plate. I don't know if that's going to show up on camera so much there, but there's a little shim in there to angle the optic just slightly up, so that way I can sight it in, because other than that, I don't think it was adjusting properly to align with what was going on there. Let's see. There you go. You can kind of see it there, hopefully. There we go. Generally speaking, these pistols are going to compete in the same category. I think they approach the category as a whole very differently. You've heard me say on the channel before, it's, you know, proven by data, but then it's defined by dirt. We'll start with the grip on the XF Pro. This is where the XF Pro kind of immediately grabbed my attention. These are aluminum grips. You can change them. I have, there's different colors. You can check out their website. They have, this pistol came originally with a red one, but I kind of like this black, white, and gray camo pattern. But these are aluminum. They also have polymer grips in different colors. I like the aluminum. It gives it a more premium feel. Might not be textured enough for some people. I think they may require a little more texture. For me, my grip concern on this pistol is going to be here and here, which are just fine, and they allow me to really get a nice grip on the pistol, and there's no complaints there from me. The Glock 19, I mean, I have the whole grip on. These things just fit. Glock grip, it's simpler. I want to say weirdly effective under recoil, right? And after a long range session, I do appreciate the Glock's consistency. Now, when you get to the triggers, the XF Pro, once again, these are all clear pistols, but the XF Pro, I think it definitely feels cleaner out of the box. There's a little bit of take up, not a whole lot of mush, but just a little bit of take up there, and then a crisper break. And then not a hugely tactile reset, but it does have a shorter feel to it. Probably about the same weight, probably that 5.5 pounds or so, compared to, let's say, a Glock trigger, which has that kind of a little bit more take up, and then kind of a, you know, your standard Glock break. Definitely has the tactile reset there, and you can feel that. I mean, it's a Glock trigger, so if you're familiar with the Glock trigger, you'll be comfortable with it, I'm sure. It has that kind of slight mush, but it's predictable. Again, it's a Glock. Maybe the predictability matters more than most people think. And a little bit, I'm going to explain why some shooters actually perform more consistently with a less perfect trigger. But both of these pistols, I mean, they work well with the optic setups that are on here that I mentioned before. But the XF Pro, I mean, it just definitely feels more modern right out of the box. This particular one, as you can see, I have the ported barrel here and the cut slide with the windows on it. And the way that they, if you can see there, the way that they cut this barrel from large to small makes this an amazingly flat shooting pistol. Takedown on the controls, the XF Pro definitely, they put some work into it, right? Because right off the bat, if you notice, you could see that they have these little rivets here for the takedown. So if you wanted to take down the slide, you could just push them down, and these grab nice on both sides, same way you would take it down on a Glock. Not ambidextrous. Slide release here works nice, not hard to operate. You do have on this pistol a plastic mag release, and the reason why they do that, very smart, because you have your Glock magazines, which are the polymer, and you don't want to wear it. So they definitely put some thought into that, and then you could see some of the writing. It's ERMO. I guess this is a collab with Fusion Firearms, but this is a pretty it's a pretty sharp looking pistol, I will say that much. But the Glock controls are just simple and proven. There's nothing different about them. This Gen 5 has the MB controls. I think I put the extended slide release on this one so that way I can grab it, although that one still is a lot easier to grab, believe it or not. So it works out well. Nothing really different on that. And you have your magazine release, your standard square polymer on your Glock 19. And this has this aluminum frame, which gives this much more weight, but it just feels better in the hand. I think, you know, the Glock, if I was to put my fingers in the trigger guard here, the Glock is going to fall backwards, I think, here. Yeah, the Glock's going to fall backwards because the Glock, I mean, the weight's in the slide, right? There's just, and I have the optic on here, so it's a little bit heavier here. This pistol is just going to fall. I mean, there's balance here in the frame compared to the slide, which I think also take that into account with the barrel makes this a much flatter shooter. I think overall, I like the ergonomics on the XF Pro, but I love the reliability and consistency in the Glock 19. If I had to pick the biggest con, the XF Pro, I mean, it doesn't have a long-term track record yet. So it's still that's still in development, right? If I had to pick the biggest con on a Glock 19, I could say it feels outdated compared to a newer premium design. It's still reliable. It's still going to deliver the performance that you know you're going to get at a Glock 19. No real issues to talk about. Works very well. With the comp, I have a little lighter spring in here. The Glock 19, boringly reliable, right? And honestly, I think that's the highest compliment I can give a potential carry gun. The XF Pro, it ran well overall. The recoil in the XF Pro, it feels softer initially because the ergonomics and the grip texture, but the Glock tracks, I mean, it tracks extremely consistent once you settle in, and if you are familiar with Glocks. But both pistols, very accurate at 15 yards, no problem. Both perform very well at 25 yards, but the XF Pro did feel faster initially, while once you shoot a Glock, you know how they go, and you know every time what to expect. With a new pistol, I can say probably most of us have felt this before. You're kind of waiting for something to happen. You want to see how it performs. I do like the little ledge that it gives you on this side here. Wanted to talk about shootability. If you want better ergonomics, a nicer trigger, maybe a more premium experience, then the XF Pro is definitely compelling. But if you prioritize simplicity, the proven design, parts availability, huge, not something to be overlooked, and just the absolute trust that a lot of people put in the Glock 19, I think, still owns that category. And this leads us into kind of the biggest question of the entire video. Would you carry the pistol that feels better or the pistol that spent decades proving itself? Would I trust the Glock 19? Yes, without hesitation. Would I trust the XF Pro? So far, yes, but with a big asterisk, because my trust in pistols comes over time, and I just have to put more rounds through this. But so far, there's nothing that would say, hey, I'm concerned about anything, or maybe some of the aftermarket support if something goes wrong on this. But, I mean, but that's something that Glock has proven beyond. This is absolutely something worth looking into. If you want one of the safest bets in a handgun in the entire world, the Glock 19 still deserves it. Of course, I'd buy the Glock 19 again. Of course, I'd buy the Fusion XF Pro again, but for different reasons. The XF Pro, it impressed me emotionally. This is a sharp looking firearm. It's new. It's modern looking. I love the frame. It's got the rail in the front. The Glock 19 impressed me practically, and there's kind of your big difference. If you found this video helpful and you want to see more Glockaholic 76, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. And if you like this video, like it. If you didn't, don't. But either way, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And would you trust kind of the proven legend, we'll say, or would you take a chance on a newer premium contender? As always, I appreciate you watching my videos. Train smart, shoot often, stay ready. Glockaholic 76. Talk to you soon.